Very good evening to everyone. Thank you for everyone for joining in. As on every Wednesdays, we talk about crypto stuff, and especially we talk about DeFi. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe and share our channel. We also have a Facebook group or page where you can actually uh, coming to and join us. It's actually DeFi Singapore on on Facebook. You can search for us on that. For some reason they're not allowing me to put up the chat. Okay, it doesn't matter. So you guys can actually take a look on where we actually post up news and we actually talk more about it. So this week we are very blessed to have Dennis from Novum Alpha. He's one of the DeFi farmers in the space. We'll get him to introduce himself and then talk a little bit on farming and what's the benefits of farming. We also are joined with, representing the noobs in the space, where, if you have questions about what crypto is all about, what DeFi movement is, Adele Wong is going to be the one for the representative for that for the noobs in the space to ask questions along the way. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce the four coffee session drinkers that we have in the space. Welcoming Dunstan, our OG in the space, as per normal. Every week we see him. Thank you, Dunstan, for joining us onto the space. He is with Fido Protocol, and yes, he is one of the oldest guards in crypto space itself. Next up, we have an author. Be left behind. Yes, every week when he joins us, he will shield his book. So don't worry, you guys, he's authorized to do that. We're not paid for anything. He's not paying us a single cent. Let's welcome Steve Good into the show. Yeah.
Should I show the book now?
Yeah, obviously, if you want to go ahead and do so, yeah, no worries, man. But you get to introduce yourself later.
You did it for me. Thanks, pal.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Yep. And we could put and next up we have Dennis. Dennis, hi, Dennis. Yeah, and he's from Novum Alpha. I keep getting my tongue tied for that matter. And last but not least, we have Adele. Adele, welcome.
Hi.
Welcome, everyone. Yeah, so for a quick introduction for everyone to know who you guys are, Dunstan and Steve Good, I'm going to skip you guys. You guys are regular. If you guys want to know who they are, watch our previous videos. Let's have Dennis to introduce yourself. Dennis, you have the floor.
Hi guys, my name is Dennis. I am currently the head of product at Novum Alpha, and Novum Alpha is basically a cryptocurrency hedge fund. Okay, so we basically do a lot of investments on behalf of our clients, and the trend that we have noticed lately is an interest in DeFi. That's where I come in, to DeFi Singapore. Outside of crypto, I'm also a pro wrestler, and that's basically what I do. Yeah.
I love the fact that he has an extracurricular activity that he tells everyone he joins crypto and wrestling together. What are the odds of having that coming together? And so you guys can actually look him up on Facebook. He's very active there. I got to know him through actually not on just Facebook but previously on one of our gigs together. We are very blessed to have you, Dennis. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Adele, you want to join? You want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Sure. So I am Adele Wong. I am actually very interested. I'm a geek who cannot really make it. So I've been learning, I guess, about the blockchain, about crypto from Leslie for a while, and of course Dunstan when I'm able to catch up with him, and the speed at which his brain moves. I'm very interested in Fido Protocol, and I'm here today to represent the noobs out there because we are the majority. Educate us, and I heard there's something fun, so I'm just here for the games.
Yeah. Is there games that I did not know about, Steve? Are you playing some games?
I'm here for games.
Okay, never mind. Everyone's shocked, man. Where do you hear games from? Okay, yeah. Good. Let's have the first round. Based on our today's topic, let's go in fast and furious. Very first up, we want to know how to farm. So the best person for today to talk about it is actually Dennis. So Dennis, would you mind giving us the lowdown on what you guys are doing, what the DGens are doing? Basically, Steve's gonna ask you on that, and yeah. Oh, before that, Adele, do you know what DGens are in the first place?
You guys.
Good one.
That's a very good one, man.
That's
Steve, do you have a description that you can tell Adele what the DGens are?
Stick it to the man.
Steve, I think you're muted. Stick it.
No.
DGen is actually a short form for degenerates anyway. Yeah, where they simply just put money into things that they see on the DeFi space, without even going through a lot of due diligence, and as such, they call them degenerates for that matter. But they are making money on one hand, and there are some who make loss on the other hand.
Wow, I gotta meet some DJs. I have some things to sell them. I don't know what, but I'll figure it out.
Okay,
we're a good starting point for you.
What?
Yeah, let's have Dennis come. Dennis, let's have him come and tell us seriously. Let's go into the serious stuff, right? Dennis, you have the floor.
No, we'll keep it informal. We'll keep it fun because hey, man, nobody came to DeFi to be serious, and we leave that for Wall Street. We leave that for Wall Street. All of us in here, we're crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Pang Yao Tian, hi, back to you. Okay, so anyway, just to get you guys a good perspective of what DeFi is or the potential of DeFi, right? I mean, let's not kid ourselves. Not everyone in here is here for the tech, but some people are here for the money. Most people are here for the money. And if you want to talk about money, right? What is the interest rate your bank is paying you now for a savings account? What is the interest rate that they've adjusted it to after during the circuit breaker period, right? That is what you want to look at. You probably are looking at something like under 1%, right? If they're generous, they say, oh man, 1% and above is what they're going to give you. And that is where the big difference in DeFi is coming in. How does 40% a year sound to you, right? On a very conservative estimate. How does 40% a year sound? And if you want to go degen, right, like what we call ourselves, you want to go degen, how does 4-digit percent APY or 5-digit percent a year, how does that sound to you? That is basically the hook that brought me into DeFi. Now, nice. DeFi, basically, the whole concept of DeFi is we want your liquidity, we want you to be using our protocols. We are going to give you a whole bunch of coins that if you were to sell it right now, if you were to sell it today, and if this were to keep up for one whole year, you'd be making a good return, right? So that's where the 40% comes in. That's where the 5-digit percentage yield per year comes in. Those are the numbers that we're looking at. In short, DeFi basically is a new financial system. I think the rest of you here who have got your hands, have dipped your feet in this pool will understand what that means. Those of you who are experimenting, what you would like to know is that there's a huge potential for profit. Okay, and it's all about using these protocols. What they want to do is give you money to be a user. All right, and what do I mean by using? It could be use an exchange on a decentralized protocol. It could be use the stable coins. It could be loan your money out. It could be mint a whole bunch of new dollars, right? So that is basically what they want to use your money for, and they are willing to pay you high returns for that.
Thanks, Eka, for that comment.
Oh heaven!
Not gonna deny that.
Is that a coin?
Yeah,
Dennis,
thanks for sharing, man. I kind of like that basically, but this whole show is really very interactive, just for information. So we get interrupted here and there, especially when we have good friends joining us and sharing with us things like this, where Albert says, "Yo, Adele and the DJs," and the next thing you know, you have because she must
What's up,
convert.
Robert?
You guys are horrible, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
so-
pass an NFT
I-
the day we bought Stick the Man. We're gonna pass it to her.
I think this
think-
is
I
more
think
like an
we're losing
inauguration
Adele,
for
right?
Adele.
Yeah, I think we're losing
Right.
her. You probably don't even know what we are joking about with rug pulls, right? Am I right
Purple,
to say that?
no.
Okay, so imagine all of us are having a party in a nice ballroom right now, okay? And somebody at the edge of the ballroom, while the music is playing and we're all having our drinks, somebody yanks that rug and we all fall down, right? So they interrupt the party, they ruin it for everybody, they run off and they have their fun. That is basically what a rug pull is. And in DeFi protocols, it just means somebody ran away with all the money and all of us are left trying to pick ourselves up.
So, moral of the story: stand very, very close to the people who are likely to pull the rugs.
Now, when someone pulls a rug, you jump.
It depends how big the rug is.
You're gonna have to suspend yourself in midair for like 10 minutes or
I
something.
was thinking Cirque du Soleil here. We just got to all be suspended and they come in to pull the rug out and nothing happens.
That's thanks, Dennis, for explaining that to our Noob representative. Thanks, Adele. So you guys got to take care of her. Like what Dennis just take care of her, right? So
So
thanks,
we make her
Dennis.
stand on the rug.
Appreciate it.
I'll stand right next to you on the rug.
Pull him down as well, right?
It gets an inaugural rug.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that's what Dennis has spoken about, in short, basically what farming is actually. And farming really has the potential to actually have the kind of use that Dennis has told us about. So Steve, back to you. Let's just ask you on farming. Do you have anything to share on farming? I mean, have you done farming before, or you're still sticking it to the man and let the DJs
No.
do
I
it?
mean, I'm sticking it to the community. So no, I mean, I've got coins in Uniswap and in JustSwap, where I'm actually
Right.
providing both the Tron and the corresponding coin to make the trade pair to create the liquidity for people that want to trade. That's as far as I've gone so far, because a lot of these returns, and Dennis, maybe you can comment on this, they worry me a little bit because they're so high, and I'm wondering where the money's coming from.
Thin air is where it's coming from.
Even if I look at Celsius and they're giving you 6% or 10% returns on Bitcoin or Binance coin, I'm wondering where the money comes from, because there's not enough borrowing taking place to cover all the people that are lending. So I look at it with a little bit of skepticism sometimes, but I'm degenerate enough to still go ahead and put the coins in the liquidity pools anyway.
Yep. Yeah.
Show me the money, right?
How will you explain that in a very simple form to Adele? Because she obviously doesn't understand this at this point of time. You're telling her that there's lending, on the protocols, and if she has some Bitcoins or Ether, how what's the process like, Steve?
Okay, so Adele, here's the way I would explain it. In normal traditional markets, you have buyers and sellers that are buying and selling, let's say, Apple shares. And in between, there are people called market makers that are making the market, meaning that they're making sure that the buy price and the sell price are closely matched by moving money around to keep the market moving. That's what goes on, and that's what market makers do. They're basically there to keep the buy side and the sell side close by to each other and encouraging people to continue trading. Now, in crypto, we started with that, and we've moved to something a little bit more unique, which is if I provide both a buy and a sell side coin, I'm basically replacing a market maker with a liquidity pool. So I'm literally putting the money there to sponsor the trade between the buyer and the seller, and other buyers and sellers can come in, and there's liquidity because the funds have been put there by me and by Dunstan and by Leslie while you're coming along to buy and sell, and we've provided the pool of liquidity, which is what a market maker would do. Is that a good enough, simple enough explanation? Does that help you to...
Okay,
Go ahead, Dennis.
I think I'll push a bit on it. It might be a lot easier to understand basically how a bank works. The DeFi protocols actually just makes everybody act like a bank in a sense. So for a bank to work, right, we, the users, need to put money inside the bank. The bank doesn't have money in the first place. So when we put the money in the bank, right, the bank actually gives us some level of interest, which is shit, but they still give us some interest. So why is it that they are able to give us the interest? Because they take our money, although they show the same numbers there, but they take our money and they do something with the money. What they usually do is they do investments, they trade, they buy and sell stuff, they buy and sell shares, they invest in other banks, bonds, and so on. And they create other financial products, like other financial derivative products that their own users can buy, or people who actually put money in their bank can buy. So these are the things that generate interest for the bank. They generate yield, and whatever they earn, they take a small little percentage and pass it back to us. So this is actually what the DeFi space is doing. It's just that now we are doing it without the bank. Everyone can do exactly what the bank is doing right now. So that's the DeFi space.
Okay. So Adele, do you understand?
Yeah, I have a better idea, but then what I'm trying to understand is why would we want to do that? Is there a risk?
So when you put in a bank, right, there is also a risk. Although people say that, the bank won't run away, the regulators will take care of you and so on. But if we take a look at what is happening around the world, right, most of the funds that we put inside the bank are not with the bank already. 80 to 90% of those funds are being distributed elsewhere for the bank to do something. So
Wear the mask, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. So if all of us start taking the funds out of the bank, right, we call it a bank run. Actually, it's not us doing a bank run. The bank already ran away with our money already.
Right.
Yeah. So they don't have enough liquidity, which is the amount of capital that we put inside for them to pay us back. That's as simple as it is. So that is the traditional finance risk. But in the DeFi space, right, what can be done is these liquidity need not ever be moved and ever be used. They are locked under smart contracts. For those that actually do it properly, those liquidity is never even touched or used. So technically, the liquidity providers don't even lose their funds at all, which means you, right, can't lose your funds if you are an LP. However, if you are buying, trading, and so on, right, that's another ball game altogether. The chances of you losing your funds are 50 to 80%, especially if you buy into weird little degenerate products, DeFi products that are one product wrapped on top of another. For example, I give an example. We have this thing called Uniswap. Then suddenly we have another thing called Sushi Swap. And we have more and more swaps. And now even worse, I came out with a King Swap. And it's all in market. Yeah, so I had to say it, right? If not, like my investors are gonna be pissed with me, but I have to say something. Yeah, so we have quite a few of the major investors in. But so the important thing is this: when this thing happens, right, most of the liquidity that is locked in one place, right, starts shifting from one swap to another, one decentralized exchange to another decentralized exchange. So these are moving of capital from one place to another. And this is the interesting part. Because for those that are running these sort of decentralized platforms, right, that is the best thing that could ever happen to them. And obviously, I hope whatever that's on Uniswap, whatever that's on Sushi will finally come to my King Swap. And we call ourselves King Swap because we want to make kings out of everyone. But
I cannot believe you're doing this again, man.
What? I'm always shilling stuff.
The shit stirrer has struck again.
Yeah.
So maybe we need to give Adele my book first so she can get started in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and then we'll get her to DeFi. Here's the book, by the way, Adele. So I know you're really curious to know what it's all about. So it's for newbies.
Yeah. So
do you know how I got stuck on this crap? Do you know how I started on this shit?
Go on.
Somebody passed me a book.
It wasn't my book.
No, it wasn't your book. So I'm sure your book will make me even more stuck.
Oh yeah, I promise.
Awesome.
If
I look
it
forward
doesn't
to your
make you
book.
more stuck, then we'll have to give you some liquidity.
Hey, I want some liquidity too.
Dunstan, you're done. You've already got your liquidity from your investors.
Yeah, okay. That's King Swap for you, right? Yeah, we'll share the link later. You horrible fella. Yeah, it's shit stirrer. Yeah, it's not sponsored for your information, guys. And please do your own due diligence. All right. So, anything that we say on the show, you need to do your own due diligence. You need to go and check and find out. But at least now you know who's behind King Swap at this point of time. So he said it for himself. I didn't say it. Yeah, so you can put a face to it.
We finally achieved our first achievement.
Yeah, congratulations.
We had people coming into our community to start being terrorists, but of course they met me, so too bad for them. And then we have people taking our trying to fake that they are King Swap, and they created a ticker on Uniswap, which is awesome. I got my first achievement. People are trying to use King Swap to scam people.
If it's one thing in a space for validation, right? Is that when someone copies your token and tries to mimic it,
scam people, right?
And scam people for this. I'm telling you, that guy, that's another achievement unlocked, basically.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
proud moment for you.
Yeah.
More
King Swap scam tokens, please. King Swap 1, 2, 3 is gonna come out.
It goes with the ginger man and it goes with the stick man tokens, right?
Yeah. So guys, I'm going to go to I'm going to show you guys, because while on that note on liquidity providers, I'm going to ask Dennis on this basically. If you guys can see my screen,
cool.
Is my screen showing?
Yep.
Yes.
It's got nothing to do with the ghost behind, but the whole reason for the ghost is because it's supposed to be some form of anonymity. But I guess in the case of Dunstan, there isn't anyone.
They should
So,
done this, man.
and Ave actually raised 25 million from blockchain.com and other investors as liquidity providers to their platform. And then this is great news actually to the space, because this is only like 3 days ago or 2 days ago. As with our show, we always have a difficulty in trying to come up with topics for the show, because we are so caught in a space that moves so fast. When my fellow coffee drinkers are asking what topics I'm going to talk about, I can't tell you. We have to see what the weekend gives us, right? So, and true enough, you get topics like this. So I want to pick on Dennis' brain basically. Yes, varieties. Every week, Steve gives me a new mark.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to go buy some more now.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Dennis' brain on this. So, Dennis, what do you think about the news? Basically, having more liquidity into the space, and you are in the space trading and farming as well. Yeah, what are your thoughts on this?
First things first, regarding that article that you just saw, the reason why it's a ghost there is because Ave means ghost in that language.
Oh, really?
The Scandinavian language or something.
I've been educated, man.
Yeah.
It's from Finland.
Thanks.
Okay, so anyway, for those of you who are familiar with crypto already, you probably go to CoinMarketCap a couple of times a day, right? And there is a equivalent of CoinMarketCap, like an equivalent independent ranker and data aggregator for DeFi. We call it DeFiPulse.com. DeFiPulse.com is where you get to see one main metric that everyone calls TVL, which is the total value locked in all this DeFi nonsense. It was at its peak almost 12 billion. Today, maybe 10 plus, right? Maybe 9-10 billion or so. And 1 year ago, this wasn't even 1 billion. Okay, so 1 year ago, this wasn't even 1 billion. Where we are today in October 14, or 13 or 14 today, we are looking at 10 billion, right? So this thing has gone more than 10x in terms of how much money is stuck in this protocol. Now, that's a good thing. That's a good thing, right? So basically, that's what we are looking at in terms of money flowing to the space, because more liquidity is just generally a good indicator of your health of your ecosystem, right? More people are using the protocols, more people are in there, which means less slippage, higher transactions, which all these proof economic value for a protocol. So Adele, right? Adele, it's basically like trying to say how many wallet addresses are there for Bitcoin. You know, like you're actually getting proof of some form of ownership or proof of usage on these platforms. Okay, so yeah, more liquidity coming in is good.
Great, awesome, man. Dunstan, you want to comment on that?
Yeah.
On 25 million that just came in to the market.
Well, 25 million is.
He's
good,
gonna say
actually.
something shit again. I know.
But I'm technically waiting for like the market to pick up all the new capital that Bitcoin has just sucked in from the fiat world.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
Well-
with Jack coming in, Fidelity telling people that, you know, like
Yeah,
they should
5%
have
of their
5%
portfolio
Yeah,
has to be in
yeah.
Bitcoin. Yeah.
Yeah, so it shouldn't be 5%, it should be 99% of their capital asset should be on Bitcoin, man.
Wear the freaking mask, dude.
Yeah. So including their houses, whatever that's in their bank, their their current savings and so on, 99% should be on Bitcoin. Why is it that they have it on fiat, man, where they're being robbed every day? So that's one thing to take note. Another thing to take note would be this: there are quite a number of protocols that have raised quite a bit of liquidity. All of them have raised at least $20 to $50 million worth of liquidity, including my project. So these are coming in to provide liquidity for people to actually start lending, start using, so that they can actually buy and sell other DeFi products, buy and sell NFTs, buy and sell Bitcoins and Ethereum at a good price, provided they are able to pay back their collaterals. So this is something exciting because more and more capital is being locked in the cryptocurrency space. And this is getting more and more exciting. I was quite bored for a very long time.
I found the report. Yep.
Yes.
It was only yesterday, right? Yeah, there you
Yep.
go.
Yeah.
5% diversification into portfolio for Bitcoin. Yeah, in Dunstan's words, it's supposed to be 99%.
Well, ironically,
Yeah.
they're really behind the curve here because I mean, if you tell people to diversify portfolios, saying 5% is like, let's see how conservative can we be, and the 5% is the standard, the most conservative end of what they usually tell you when you're diversifying. So they're like
Steve.
2 years behind, right?
Steve, don't give tips already. We said that on the show before. Give us some time. We need to catch up as well. These guys got all the money, man. They are the whales. Adele has told me before. She said, you know, when's a good time to come in, right? So obviously,
I'm checking
Adele,
it right now.
Yesterday. She's buying Bitcoin right now, guys.
Yeah, Bitcoin's price just went up to what, 11,000 plus? I think
11,400.
Yeah, and do you all
I was
know?
so mad, like overnight.
Hey, Adele, I gave the hint in
3
the
months
Facebook.
ago.
Yeah, and I told you all 3 months ago, and I kept saying, "Do you all know the name of October in the crypto space?"
No,
What's that?
I don't know the name. I
The
know it's
name of
supposed to go up.
October is called Pumptober.
Pantera.
October.
Yes.
Where
I
do
was
you come up
waiting
with
for
this
it
stuff?
to hit 8.
Okay, so September is usually called Rectember. I'm sure you all know why it's called Rectember already, where people get wrecked.
Yeah.
Yes. And October is called Pumptober, where Bitcoin pumps.
Oh, sure. Thanks, bro.
Well, what are we waiting for? It's halfway through the month. Let's go.
Yeah. You see, right? Even with the
Like, yeah.
BitMax drop, right? You know, with the BitMax news, the the price of Bitcoin share dropped to 6,000 and below.
Yeah, I was waiting for like at least 8,000, right?
That's
Yeah,
how you
but
know it's a bull market.
yeah, and I said it's gonna just drop near 10, and I don't know why people aren't buying. So now it's at 11ish. Waiting for it to be 12, man.
Okay.
Well, that's good. That's good news for you guys. In the month of October, it's Pumptober. Thanks, Dunstan, for that. Yes, we already asked. Someone's already asking for more tips, as per what the comment was. Well, if you want more tips, you should join us for every Wednesday and listen to us. Like and share our channel. We are very privileged to have guests like Dennis and Adele to come and join us. Yes, and we do have our official shit stirrer Dunstan in our channel. Yes, you just gotta pray that he appears on the channel often enough. Yeah, okay, so back to, let's see now. What's on the news? We showed Fidelity. Forbes was also sharing something on that. PwC as well. We're not going to talk much about that. We're just going to go straight into the next hottest thing. Dunstan, who has made mention about this a long time ago, at least 2 months back when Jason was on a show from Bitcoin Malaysia. A shout out to our Malaysian brothers. Thanks, Colbert, for joining us last week. Yeah, so we are going to talk about NFTs, man.
Yay!
Yeah. NFTs, the next big thing on DeFi, right? I'm definitely going to dedicate one session on NFT, and we're just going to get everyone on board and let's just come and talk about it. But let's just keep the bench warm and just talk a little bit on NFTs. So I'm going to share screen as with what we have been asked to do. Unfortunately, I can't share where Stick the Man is at the moment, because every time when I search for Stick the Man, OpenSea is killing me with its search parameters. It's taking forever to do it. So I'm not sure anyone is having this issue. OpenSea, please do help and increase your memory, or I don't know how this works, but this is what we're suffering. We can't even check our our Stick the Man, our favorite NFT. Yes, and we have I wanted to make mention about this DC comic artists to release Batman NFT in art collab. This is like the big thing. This is like yesterday's news. And this is like where everyone is like telling drawing out a specific art piece, and they are launching it on OpenSea itself. So not just that, this is also something that's very interesting. DeFi, Delphi Digital buys 5 Ethereum NFTs for $162,000. Damn, what are we doing, man? We should be launching our own NFTs, right? But this is very cool. This whole website, just for information, guys, again, we have no link whatsoever other than KingSwap. We have somebody who's here on our panel. We are not affiliated to anyone. We're not sponsored. I'm just bringing this out because this is a great conversation piece. Axis, I kind of studied this a bit, and it was really interesting because they bought 5 NFTs for the price of $162,000. And when I studied it, it was like, whoa, this is so cool. Even to the point of having Brave Frontier. I mean, if you guys have been playing Final Fantasy, who's the geek here earlier?
Adele,
right? You think that you're a geek, right? Gamer and all. Yeah. Dennis, are you a gamer by any chance?
No, not a serious one.
Okay. So I'm not sure if you've heard of Brave Frontier, but this is like the thing, right?
Oh, I've heard about
Right,
XC,
right.
though.
Okay,
XC is a
cool.
good one.
Oh well, if you've known XC, then that's quite a fair bit. And I mean, this is so interesting to the point where we even have look at this. This is like a unique character, and they even develop properties with different skill sets and things like that. But what got me going was this part here. If you guys are reading this, Brave Frontier heroes will use Ethereum to manage the ownership of the game's assets. Units, character, and spheres or equipment are ERC721 tokens. You can get digital assets by quest or by reward of a player versus player event on their platform. And of course, they can be traded in marketplace like OpenSea, which means if they are playing the game, and they are actually going to get their weapons and their armor and things like that, they now have a platform to sell their weapons and things, which was what we have talked about 5 years ago. We had that hope, of having that come to the blockchain space, and this is like the news. This is like, to me, this is like the week's news for me.
So
I just
Leslie,
want to hear you guys.
The link that I shared here for Rarible is
Yeah.
basically OpenSea's competitor.
You're gonna start shilling again?
No, I'm not chilling. I'm
Come.
just because I've got no affiliation with Rarible at all. It's just because I happened to find my friend on there and said that's so cool, and we were just talking about Stick the Man. But it's the same. Rarible and OpenSea are basically both selling NFTs, and Rarible's website, you can search and it works quite fast, which is why I liked it. It doesn't get stuck, but it does exactly the same thing. It's just another version of the same kind of concept of selling tokens, and it's individuals creating artwork, gaming cards, designs, all sorts of stuff. There's all sorts of things going on. So I just thought it was interesting just to mention it.
Well, he's selling his Ethereum. Oh, well, this is original series. So if we are studying and looking at this, you guys are watching my screen, right? So
Yeah.
this is going for 2 Ether for 30 pieces, and obviously 17 has been sold basically, and out of 30 for a price of 2 Ether actually. So the only thing that I have a question, Dunstan, maybe you can help answer, or Dennis, you have been dabbling in NFT. You see, there's two of this here, right? What does usually what does this mean? I have no idea what this means. You have a duplicate of the other one, and this is going at 0.6 Ether, and the other one is going for 2 Ether. So this
It's
is
an artwork thing. When you make a painting, for example, you might, like, if you look at the bottom corner of a painting, it'll say like 1 out of 5, which means there's a total of 5 of them that the painter ever made. It's the same kind of principle. It's like how many of those cards are actually available. And what some of these guys are doing is, if the card doesn't sell, they just they burn the rest of the tokens so that it creates a even more scarce card.
Right. Okay.
So it's the total number of cards that are actually being minted. So there's 30 cards of one, 20 of another, 25 of another, and
right.
That's the maximum number of cards that'll ever be minted to the blockchain. But as I say, for some of these guys, yeah, it's pretty funny, huh?
I'm sorry, but this just ticklish for me. He's like as degen as he gets, right? It's like you get Ethereum every jump. Yeah, this is.
I thought I was stupid.
Yeah. This is so funny, man. But that's what degenerates love, right? So yeah, who are we to judge over here, right? Yeah.
Well, exactly.
Stick the Man.
I don't think Stick the Man is on there.
Oh, it's here.
But there's a rug pull. There's a rug pull and a stick. There you go. You found it. You see? It's easy to find it here.
Go. It's so funny, man. Yeah.
And there we got one for Adele. We're gonna buy you a rug pull over here. It's an original oil.
It's only 1 out of 1. It costs 4 Ether here.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But you're worth it, Adele. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, just do it. Just do some art piece and then just put it up on these platforms, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, why not? But what are the ramifications for these tokens basically? Dennis, have you studied enough for NFT to comment on this, or Yeah.
Well, because the whole concept of NFT is not extremely new. I mean, my first brush with NFTs was with Engine Coin. Engine was basically an ecosystem of mobile games and like all these other blockchain games. And you could melt your rare legendary item, your sword or your armor, down into Engine coins and then rebuild it into something else in another game. So the Engine marketplace is basically what Rarible OpenSea was, except it was on Engine's platform itself. And then it was just funny to see that this summer, after this whole DeFi craze, it started to transition towards NFTs. Now, I mean, I'm not sure why you guys aren't even mentioning it yet, but if nobody going to talk about the fact that girls are selling selfies as NFTs and not even showing any boobs or whatever.
Wait, Dennis, this is where you're wrong, man.
No. People are still buying.
What's the website, Dunstan?
Dennis, this is where you're wrong. They are buying the NFT, but the but the girls, the influencers or whoever they are, or the porn artists, or the wannabe porn artists.
Damn, you guys are going way off topic, man.
You are the NFT, man.
Yeah, but what they do is this. You know, they say that if you buy my NFT, you will get to see some additional stuff that other people don't see. I mean, I don't want to speculate what additional stuff.
Right.
Yeah, so obviously
ticket
I
to
didn't
entry
see
or
it
something
since
else.
I'm married. So yeah,
Dunstan, I hope it's not Stick the Man.
yeah, they will see the stick there. I think.
Guys,
That's
it's my
just-
first time inviting a lady, and you guys are talking about porn.
Hey,
Give me the rest, guys. Come on, man.
hey, Adele is used to me, so it should be fine.
Regardless, man, I still want to get other ladies on that can come on the show, man. Yeah, Adele,
It's
your
like-
opinions on this, man. Yeah,
I just have like questions.
yeah,
So
come.
many questions.
Go
Like-
on, ask questions.
I can't. Initially, I was just gonna complain about how I missed the Crypto Kitties boat, and I wanted to play whatever, and I want to talk about like the games, and then this NFT thing. Like, why are people buying
Oh, I don't
Like,
get it either.
a
Adele.
meme like probably, and they're trading Ether?
Yes,
Yeah.
for it.
Yes, they're trading Ether for it. She's mind blown. Can you look at her
Just a
face?
selfie.
She's
Just a
mind blown.
selfie.
Uh,
Keep
That's
keep the
nuts.
clothes on and just a selfie, they get 1 ETH for that.
Ah.
Wow.
yeah.
You know, it's like people don't want to buy paintings and clutter their house anymore. Like you know, if you go to your grandparents' house and their house is cluttered with stuff, and our generation, dare I say our generation, because you know maybe I'm not a millennial, but I think there's a lot of I'm a little old. I got the grays going over here, but you know, there's a lot of younger people that are just anti-clutter and they're very mobile and they don't want to have to have like you know a foundation, a house, whatever. So they just want to have cool things they can collect, and then they're like investments at the same time that they're cool. You don't hang them on the wall because that's not the idea. It's not about cluttering the house. I mean, you know, it's like moving from having CDs, and remember the whole CD craze where it was all about having the CD and the cover and all the artwork inside, and then people were like, stuff that, let's just go to digital, and now it's Spotify. So it's the same thing. Art is moving in that direction for a while, whether it's fractionalizing the art or just buying and holding it, trading it, selling it. It's just one element of it. And then if you get into the gaming space, it's how do you get a card and then upgrade the card and make it worth more money? So people are
I mean, the
gamifying
games.
everything. Yeah, games make sense, right?
Games make sense. I mean, I'd buy that, but like
So
just to
what
win.
about a Picasso? Wouldn't you want to have a Picasso?
I mean, selfie. I'm not sure selfie is necessarily a
A selfie?
Picasso.
I can send you a
And then, like,
selfie on
what if
Ether,
I
no
put-
problem.
Sure. I mean, like,
It's
sell
with my
your
clothes on.
selfie.
I'm sorry.
But what happens when your selfie is worth less than Stick the Man?
That's gonna suck.
Not going to happen. Not going to happen because I'm going to make
I don't know.
sure the
I'm not going to
liquidity. Dennis and Dunstan are the guys that are going to make my liquidity pool ensure that it's not worth less.
Yes, yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy your selfie and I'm gonna auction myself downwards.
Not possible.
And then push up Stick the Man.
Yeah.
And then put them side by side to
Then
compare.
I will buy
Stick the
Stick
Man.
the Man. And
Okay,
I'll
Leslie,
auction
just
it
so we're
upwards.
clear, she's the one that said stick up, Stick the Man, right? Okay, just so we're clear about this now. I didn't say it, she did, okay?
Yeah, but that was a good.
The
that was
biggest
a
troll.
comment. Yeah, that was a big good comment that she actually made. I see, yeah, my words are not coming out of my mouth properly now.
It's true what she
Yeah.
said, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. What if it becomes is less than Stick the Man? I mean, in the thought value, that's really quite a mind blowing situation. And I think yeah, exactly. She would be that a slap in the face and like who the hell just gave the value to be more than
That's
Stick the
called a
Man.
P-Gen Smackdown.
And we saw how bad Stick the Man is, right? So
That's
Yeah.
If
as
I'm worth less
degenerate
than
as you
Stick
can
the
get.
Man, then
right?
I'm guessing,
Hey,
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, you
I'm
would
not
have to sell your
degenerate enough.
puppy, man.
whoever that owns Stick the Man, right? I mean, we are just gonna be good friends with DeFi on this channel, basically.
Dunstan, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to create my own rarity channel, and I'm going to just put photos of my dogs on there. And next week when we come on, I will show you rarity with whatever name I've chosen, and it'll be just my dogs.
Well, dogs are gonna sell. Dogs are a great market, I think.
Well, I have cool dogs, so hopefully they do.
Yeah.
I have 2 dogs.
Yeah, see?
Oh,
Oh,
that's nice.
sweetie.
That's nice. Let's confirm we can actually put it on OpenSea or Rarible, basically.
But actually that's the thing that I'm looking at, you see, because I've been a collector
Collectible.
of people, and I think that
Guys,
these collectibles are actually fun, you know.
You guys gotta watch what you're saying. Look who just commented. These humble
Code is
blockchain women.
oh,
Women
oh.
just commented on this.
Yeah,
I-
code is a new art. It's true. It
Well,
is
yeah,
true.
true.
Like, yeah. So,
Yeah.
like everything that we have right now, right? Music is being coded.
That's true.
Yeah, art right now is being coded. If you haven't seen anything, take a look at Vesa, VESA. Take a look at his art, man. His crypto art is getting famous, and there are celebrities that actually use him to go and do a painting of themselves. And then they have it on an NFT, and these art pieces are getting quite.
Where is
quite,
he on?
What was it?
Yeah,
Where is
Vesa.
he on?
Wait,
VESA?
yeah, VESA.
Where is he
So
on?
if you type out
Rarible?
Vesa Gods Unchained, Vesa
Gods
Gods
Unchained.
Unchained. No, he was also in Gods Unchained also. He drew, I think there was something about him on Gods Unchained. You can see some of his art in Raribles in OpenSea. So let me check on OpenSea to see whether
OpenSea or Rarible? Which one?
both.
I see something. So I'm gonna share this screen now. So I'm gonna share this. You guys can see this.
Yes, correct. So I have the OpenSea one already. I will share with Leslie so you can put it on.
Are you guys seeing this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is one of his art. Yes.
It says not for sale, man, dude.
Done, bro. So
Oh.
yeah,
I see some hidden language, hidden symbols.
messages
on-
and so on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You guys see this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. This is like Banksy, you know, having his field day basically. So yeah.
Yeah,
well,
pretty
it's
much.
not for sale.
Leslie, I sent you the link on OpenSea one. I sent it in your chat.
Okay.
So you take a look. These
Yeah,
are some of his.
I'm having a hard time with OpenSea. I'm sorry, but the loading is just
or
a
the
killer.
loading.
It's
Yeah, it's
awful.
fine. Yeah.
It's too slow.
Yeah,
Too slow. Yeah.
it's too slow, man. Yeah. So
That's why I gave you an
these are
alternative.
his- yeah, these are all his arts.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful. That's talent.
Adele, so can you draw something like this?
Same. It's like computer
Yes.
generated art,
yeah.
like digital.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these are quite cool also. He's getting a lot of traction. And there's quite a bit of events that's posting some of his stuff, including in the Bad Crypto podcast. They actually featured him.
Can somebody
Oh, really?
explain this?
Yeah.
Sorry, Dunstan, what were
Explain
you
this.
saying?
Yeah. So he's also found in the Bad Crypto podcast, so which is a famous podcast. Ken Bozek,
Right.
he's on my Facebook. So yeah.
Okay. But can somebody explain this to me? What does this mean?
These are different properties of that NFT.
Right.
So yeah, so just like just now when you see Exo Infinity, they are creatures, they are small little creatures, they have different
Right.
properties. Also, the Brave Frontier, they also have different properties. So these are so it is exactly the same.
Oh my god, they just transferred traditional art into different categories for this. Oh wow, this is amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
today is really a eye opener for us, right, guys? On NFTs, and my mind is blown. Basically, I mean, we have gone to a stage where I really want. I think we should just say this again. This is really cool. Whoever the lady or there's actually the type is. I'm assuming that is you are a lady basically for Istanbul tour for this blog thing. Yeah. So forgive me if my assumption is wrong, but yeah.
Oh, Leslie, don't get yourself into trouble now. That's not a good idea.
Yeah. Well, it stays there for sure, right? So, but yeah, this is really cool. I mean, this is of the highest praise, isn't it? That this is the new art is actually by codes and things like that. So yeah, this is interesting. We lost Dunstan for a moment, so I'm not sure he's being being stick. He went to buy the stick the man. Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah.
Just went got to take some selfies.
Yeah. Dennis, when you're doing farming, right? Do you come across NFTs?
There's this coin, apart from Rarible, you're also looking at meme, right?
Yeah.
There's a coin called meme. Now,
Meme
meme is a really
token,
funny story, right? Meme is a funny story because it started off as a Google Forms. You wanted it, they give it to you for free, and then suddenly it's worth a ton of money. So meme is one of those rare, weird cases in crypto. Adele, you could probably take a look at it. Meme is a very relatable concept to everybody, right? Everybody loves memes. That's one of the NFT pineapple stuff that they like. Yeah.
I mean, it's the same reason why Dogecoin has value, right? And plus the fact people keep thinking that Elon Musk is actually the CEO of Dogecoin that
helps. Maybe he is.
I have an eyebrow pencil. It's really like an eyebrow pencil.
This could be an NFT, right?
This is like eyebrow pencil girl. This is what we're gonna sell.
Eyebrow
pencil.
Okay. Adele, I'll mint your NFT and we'll share the profit section.
I mean, this changes the paradigm of art galleries owners who actually bring artists together, isn't it? I'm like, this is just mind blowing. Anyone can be a curator at this point of time, isn't it? Or they can do it themselves, actually, to be honest.
Why stop
so
be your own
exactly, man. Yeah, so they don't have to rely on their own galleries anymore, things like that. So.
Okay, disclaimer, I'm creating my own digital art gallery together with a number of people. I'm sure
How many projects are you on, bro?
Yeah, hey, come on. You know I don't stop, right?
Damn, we're gonna have a side conversation on this, man. Stop giving ideas. Stop having ideas, man.
That is the reason why 3 months ago I told people NFTs are gonna be the thing to go, and nobody even bothered much with them other than CryptoKitties. They don't understand that NFTs and DeFi is coming and merging.
I don't
yeah.
You see what I can't say to you now? Yeah.
Hey, thank you, bro.
This takes the cake. I've heard really weird stuff from Dunstan, right? Like, even
he's as
commodities.
degenerate as he gets, man.
I mean, like, even gold dory. I've never seen gold dory in my life until I met Dunstan. But then, like, NFTs? What the hell? Stick the man. This is the weirdest thing I've heard from you guys in a long time. I don't know why we're friends.
I don't know why she agreed to having this conversation for this. And now it just goes 180
it's
degrees.
Getting weirder.
Yeah, but they'll just imagine, right? All our favorite computer games, right? Then suddenly we are able to really trade all the items, the characters,
I thought you were already doing that, right?
Yes, correct. So just imagine all these, right? And we are able to trade it with everyone on Earth, even if the game finally stops. Like they stop their servers and so on, but the collectibles will always exist because it's on a blockchain. I mean, this is something interesting. Yeah,
in fact, it might be worth it might be worth more when the game stops playing because then it's like a collectible item.
Oh, then that's quite easy, right? Let's just DDoS the servers of the games and then cause it to stop, and then and we push the prices up.
You didn't just say that.
I bought you the mask for a reason, dude.
Hey, this must be the reason why the World of Warcraft.
Oh, that was about as
having
detailed
so
as
much
it gets.
problem,
Like, how do you make the coin go up? You DDoS the website.
Dennis, I hope I really hope you are not gonna get turned away or get have a distasteful mouth taste in your mouth after today's session. Today, these two guys, I think I should never put the two of them together ever after this.
We said we're all degens, right? We're all degens.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like I'm gonna be like Clark Kent now. Like forget the Superman thing. I'm wearing my glasses.
So then I have a question, and every time I ask this question, Dunstan wants to look at me like, what part of have you learned nothing? But I'm still gonna ask it because where are the freaking gatekeepers? Somebody has to control these monkeys. Like
No, that's the whole point
for me.
So Adele, that's the whole
Don't
point of
accept that.
decentralized. That's the whole point of decentralized. Is this not about anybody controlling it? Because that's why I just changed my name to stick it to the man. Because we've been relying on banks and governments and everybody to control our lives for us. And the whole point is, why can't we self-regulate? The whole point of a smart
Because
contract.
trolls exist. Because the trolls are going to make a stick figure worth more than your beautiful selfie.
Well, if there's a
not
market,
okay.
but if there's a market for it and people are really into sticks and they want to buy sticks, we're not going to stop them. And the stick artist will make money on the stick buyers.
Yeah, I really hope they do.
That's
because
just reality.
I bought the first stick man. So please, people, take it off my
Why
hands.
do you
Please
say
do
that
some
out loud?
auction. Yeah. So,
Right, but to your point, though, Adele, it's all about decentralizing. So that what's going on is there are smart contracts, which is basically a way to govern the transaction between any two people without them knowing who each other is or are. And that transaction is governed by the smart contract, meaning it self-regulates. It allows me to send something to you, and then you, as a result, send something back to me, and it's transacted. And we don't need anybody to stand in the middle and take slices of our money off of us. That's what the banks and the insurance companies do. And we make it a completely transparent transaction.
well, but actually someone does take something off us when we are
Well,
doing
yeah,
that.
but it's a lot less than the banks, slicing and dicing and moving it from, party and third party and counterparty and whatever else.
Not
'cause
if
there's,
we
like,
are
too many
using
parties.
yeah, but not if we are using I should be doing this. Not if we are using ether gas, bro.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
The transactional cost of using Ethereum blockchain, right, is killing the DeFi space.
That's true.
It's killing. Yeah, the transactions are retarded. I know people keep complaining that Bitcoin transactions are super expensive and so on, but that doesn't happen pretty often. It only happens during a major crisis in Bitcoin. But for Ethereum, whenever we are transacting, and the fees are getting higher and higher and higher and higher, and there's no mitigation to that. So technically, we should be looking at a layer, like some layer 2 tech to reduce all these transactional costs, man.
Dennis,
Lucky plasma.
Dennis, in your course of trade, farming, did you encounter these? Are these what we call impertinent laws, or was this something that this because of the gas fees, it's going to cost a huge amount and things like that? In your daily work when you are doing this, have you encountered this, Dennis?
No, this is not impermanent loss. Impermanent loss is another concept or another phenomenon specifically for automated market making. Not so much for this. This is not it.
Okay. So what's your take on the increase of gas fees, basically? I mean, from Ether's point, when you're doing trading, basically, and you're doing farming, the number of NFTs or DeFi tokens that you're farming, you're going to encounter these high gas fees. Your thoughts?
Well, it's an interesting tweet that I read a couple of weeks ago. It's just that it was saying that even if gas fees are high, are you going to be running off to a protocol that's position 4, position 5, just because the gas fees are expensive, or would you stay on Ethereum where everybody is? And it seemed like the sentiment was that people would stay anyway, right? Because I don't care how high the fees are. I'm here to use something that is used by everybody else.
Right.
So you could stand in line in the shittiest shittiest stall in the coffee shop, or you could queue for the one that everybody wants to eat. And most of the time, we'll be queuing for what everybody wants to eat. That's why we're there in the first place. Right?
Do you just call the other protocols the shittiest stall in the coffee shop?
Many are.
I'm so sorry. I had to. Yeah, well, it is sticking to the man for this session. I'm just being naughty here. I'm sorry, Dennis. Yeah,
No, like
yeah, it is a
well,
coffee
one
storage
thing,
shop session.
one thing
yeah.
that we were asking, Adele was asking just now about regulations and all that. The one word that we use to describe this entire ecosystem is uncensorable. You don't censor it just because you feel like this voice shouldn't be heard. You just let it, whatever people want to say, you say it.
Yeah.
That's the basic concept of decentralization.
Yeah.
But
Dennis, I got a quick
trolls,
question.
man.
I've got a quick question
I
for
wanna
you.
hear Adele's
Oh,
one
sorry.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
But I feel like at some point we're all going to be sick of the trolls.
Yeah, well, then when we stop feeding them, they cease to exist. But everybody lives to feed them once in a while, isn't it?
I mean, how do you feel? So I'm curious because we have people like Dennis who is in a nice shirt and like working for a capital, and then here we are like talking about porn. Like, how do you feel? What was that?
No, I don't see why there needs to be a distinction, right? We're all just users of whatever's out there in the universe, right?
Steve, you had a question. Last question before we end off.
Yeah, Dennis, I just wanted to, for people that are watching this and they're wondering how to get started in DeFi, where would you suggest people should look, like good websites that they should look at to start figuring out how they can get started in DeFi, to figure out what liquidity pools they can get into and where they can start making some decent money in returns?
I would suggest CoinGecko is actually a pretty good site. CoinGecko has outpaced CoinMarketCap in this last couple of months just because of their focus on DeFi. So CoinGecko, I mean, shout out to the Malaysians. I mean, like, you guys are great, right? CoinGecko, they basically have a new menu, a new tab on their website for yield farming. And you could rank like all the farms out there in their aggregator by number of audit contracts they've made, number of audits that have been produced. You can rank them by the percentage yield for a year. You can rank them by the particular coin you're looking for. So I would say CoinGecko is a good place to start because they give you like a good mix of things that should factor into your decision, like whether you want to look at the audit reports, which is good for security, or whether you want to look at your yield so that you maximize your returns. That's a good place to start. I'll say Uniswap otherwise would be a very safe bet, because it's been around and everyone uses it. I personally use it, like it's not a protocol that created just to cash in on the hype. It was something that everyone's using anyway.
How about DeFi pulse that you mentioned earlier? Is that
Yeah, I mean that gives you like a very neutral view, and it's also a very good education resource. So I mean, I think that's a place to start. Yeah.
So the barrier to entry actually for DeFi actually is do you think it's very high because you started only like what a
couple of months ago. Yeah.
Exactly my point, and he's the head of the product development and in the capital market because of all these DeFi space and stuff. Amazing, right? So thanks for the advice, basically, right? So that these are resources that guys you can actually go into. I'll probably put it in the comments after the broadcast has ended. Or Dennis, do you mind sending just putting in as a comment to where this place is a good place for them to start off? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So that will be good. That'll be good. So we kind of overrun for 2 minutes already, basically. We've been having too much fun whenever we're sticking it to the man. And I really hope I did not scare my two guests today. These two degenerates that I'm with, basically. I did not know they have so much energy for tonight because the last time when I was with them, they're kind of like mellowed a bit. They didn't have a lot, so it depends, man. The day before on the day itself, I probably need to check with you guys. What have you all been drinking, man? Red Bull or something like that. Yeah. Thank you to our guests. You guys are more than welcome to join back. Join our sessions again. Adele, I hope to see you as often as we can. You can always represent the new. Although you have not been saying much, but you got to stick it to these two guys. And tell them to tell me this. Basically, I want to know things on behalf of the noobs.
We want to know what's after Plumtober. What is November?
He just said Rectober.
No, Rectember.
September.
And then
Oh.
and then Plumtober. So what's after that? What's November and December?
Okay, November and December are gonna be pretty stale, pretty pretty level because you know it's gonna be near the end of the year. Everybody's gonna take a break. They want to go for their holidays, including the whales, including the capital groups, and so on. So there will be no major movements, unless of course if the regulators start coming after any of the cryptocurrency companies. Then maybe there'll be a small dip in whatever that's gonna happen. But I highly recommend that they don't. Yeah, yeah, because at the end of the day, right? When it comes to accountability, it should always be both ways, and not just the crypto communities being accountable to the regulators. Yeah. So this is something to take note, though.
Thanks, Adele, for asking that question so that you help some of them who's asking for tips.
I think everyone's waiting for that.
Yeah. Guess what? Look at this. November.
Trump
Yes,
Denver.
you are right, bro.
That's
Yes,
true.
Yeah, Eka, there's gonna be that asteroid coming down also during the during the election. So it's gonna be an exciting election.
Yeah, that plus a UFO invasion. So we've got it all coming on. And
No, the UFO invasion is gonna be in December, bro. That's how
You
we
guys
end.
oh,
the year.
okay.
I need to
Yeah,
close the session, guys.
I got my
Stop it.
alien and human calendars confused. Sorry about that. Yeah, just calculated it wrong.
Yeah. So I'm trying to close the session. So thank you, guys. Yeah, thank you, Dennis.
It's not happening. Sorry,
you.
Lester. We're just going to carry on without you.
Yeah. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Adele. I really hope we can have you on the show again. I'll ensure that this time the two of them are separated the next time when you guys are around. Yeah. And I hope to see you guys next Wednesday. Please share this. Yes, Adele, you're gonna have a new NFT. You're gonna learn that from us. Hopefully next Wednesday you get to see it. You can name it. What was the name of her NFT?
Eyebrow pencil girl.
Pencil bro. Next week we tune in to next week. Okay, so remember to like, share, and comment on our YouTube channel. We are on Facebook as well on DeFi Singapore itself. Again, many thanks to my special guest today, and we hope to see you guys again. Thank you very much. Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.